I knew that if I wanted to beat this, I need to show myself that I'm the strongest that I can be. The story of my cancer started back in April, and it really began when COVID was just starting out. I was getting frequent headaches and migraines, and then it progressed to vision problems. And at the time, I was still working as an addictions counselor. And from there, I just couldn't go to work one day because I was puking so much that I was puking for almost 8 hours straight. And I was like, okay, like this is kind of crazy. So I called my doctor, and obviously, at the time, at the start of the pandemic, doctors couldn't see us in person. So she gave me a referral to go get a CT scan and an MRI. I ended up going to Mackenzie Health to get a CT scan. And from the CT scan, I was supposed to get an MRI the same day at the hospital. But they saw there was a mass already in my brain, and they put me right into an ambulance. They put me right down to Toronto Western, a brain hospital. And then I was there overnight to get a MRI, a biopsy, which was then determined that my tumor was both malignant and benign. So what ran through my head was, how am I going to conquer this? What kind of course of action is going to be happening? Am I going to beat it? Then it started to get a bit more dark where I did say, like, it's cancer. Am I going to die? And as soon as I started to get towards those negative thoughts and those dark thoughts, I immediately tried to pull myself out of it. I tried to pull myself out because I was realizing, like, I'm by myself. I'm doing treatment all by myself right now. I'm not allowed people in the hospital with me. I'm not allowed anybody around me, and at the same time, I like going in an ambulance by myself down to a hospital that I've never been to before, going to a brain rehab, like being through this process by myself was a brand new experience for me. So it was scary, but I knew that if I wanted to beat this, I need to show myself that I'm the strongest that I can be. So, yeah. When I hear the word cancer, I hear the word fighter. I hear the word fight until you don't know what's next. I met another cancer fighter in the hospital that was going through brain cancer at the exact same time as me. And he's just a couple of years older than me, but we said together that we had no idea that we were sick. Like, it just kind of sprung on us. And then all of a sudden, like, we're fighting for our lives, basically. And when we were talking about it, like through treatment and through everything that we were going through, we had many similar experiences, but at the same time, we were both showing each other how strong each other were. And that was really motivating because it really showed that, like, when you're put in a life or death situation, that fight or flight really comes out of you. And it really just showed that I'm a true fighter that I had no clue about. Like, I had no clue that I was able to fight for my life. Like, you don't wake up and think that that's what you're gonna do today. But just pushing through it and pushing through even the hard times is what really motivated me the most. I would take for granted each and every day. Each and every day, I would just wake up, do my thing, go to work, go to school, and not really care of the impact that I would have on something or someone. And that has really changed because now when I wake up with purpose. I wake up in a way of let's make the best out of my day. I may not be working right now and I may not be in school, but at the same time, there's still ways to fulfill the day and to fulfill purpose in one way or another. I look forward to living each day, and I look forward to experiencing each day. If I'm lucky to learn something new, awesome. If I'm lucky to accomplish something, great. But I'm lucky to be experiencing the day by myself in a new version or with someone else because those experiences are things that I can cherish and time that I'll be able to keep that is not something that other people are just going to be able to take away from me. It's weird to say, but cancer has changed my life for the better. You would think that through this like huge tragedy that like I'd be down on myself and things like that, but it's really brought a huge community together, and it's crazy because I was able to raise over $20,000 for Princess Margaret. I was able to really show myself that I'm a fighter, and it really just showed that I was able to accomplish something that I never thought I was gonna have to ever go through. I went through 4 rounds of chemotherapy. I went through radiation, brain surgery, and I did it with a smile because after each session of radiation, I would do a dance and I would post it to my Snapchat story. And it was just a way for me to really show my love to people. And it really, like, this cancer experience has really given me a new way to love people, love others, and to love people that support me and that have been constantly there for me. So it's really given me a new perspective on life in a way. Cancer research is extremely important to me and my family. During the whole pandemic, one way that my family showed support was they sold T-shirts in my honor that says "Stay blessed, stay breezy." It's my slogan that I always say, and all the money that we raised went to Princess Margaret, and we raised over $20,000 for Princess Margaret, and it was all for cancer research. Cancer research is really dear to me because I went through a very complicated surgery and I went through a very complicated treatment. And without the research that's been done, I probably wouldn't have been in remission where I am today. And at the same point is that I'm so grateful for all the research that's being done and that continues to be done because cancer research isn't over. Cancer research isn't done. Cancer is still a thing. It's not conquered yet. So the continued research in all angles is truly amazing.